Today we are going to discuss about relative velocity, right?
Yes, sir.
So today we are going to discuss about, you can say, relative velocity. Okay. So for that, in let's do a brief exercise. Okay, or like let's take an example. Suppose I have been given the data as, you can say, uh, there is time, right? So let's say that there are three particles. Okay. Let me call this particle as A, particle as B, and particle as C, right? And let time t is equal to 0, right? Let their position be, say, from, you can say, we are considering here relative motion in one dimension for a moment. Okay. And if I go, you can say, if I consider one dimension, you can, okay, in this one dimension, what is going to be, say, this is the origin, and let this be the position of A, and this of B, and this is of, let's say, C, right? It is like this. So let's take this distance to be equal for a moment. Let me take this distance as 5 meter, and from here it is 10 meter, and from here it is 15 meter, right? Okay. So this position is given by, you can say, it is 5, 10, and 15. Okay. And let me say that velocity of this particular object is, you can say, it is given as it is uh, 1 meter per second, right? Okay. And for this it is 2 meter per second, right? And for this it is 3 meter per second, right? So let be the velocity of these three particles like this, right? Okay. Now, uh, after time t is equal to 1 second, what will be their position? You see that the position of A will be, it is going to be 6, right? And for this it will become, you can say, 12. Okay. And for this it is going to become 18, right? Yes, it is, these are going to be the position.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Now time t is equal to 2 seconds. So this will be 7, and this will be what? This will be, again, this will be 14, and this will be, you can say, 21. Okay. So now we have some data to see over here, right? So what has happened over here is, if suppose if I consider this as O as origin, and let me call this as XO. So this is always 0, right? This is 0, right? So the position is this. The positions are going to be this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, with respect to origin, right? So these are the positions with respect to origin, right? Okay. So okay, now let's see over here. There is something. So this is, you see that this position is not changing, right? Okay. So this is a frame of reference, right? Frame of reference is, you can say, it is the, you can say, a point from where I'm observing it. Okay. And what is the situation of that particular, you can say, frame, right? So what is that particular situation? So this situation is that the its x naught coordinate is not going to change, right? So it is like this. So you see that this is such a frame, we call it as an inertial frame, right? Because you see that the relative motion with respect to this is not going to change, right? So you can say, uh, you can say that such a frame is known as inertial frame, and what I can say is that motion doesn't does not change. Okay. Better is, I will say, characteristics of the motion does not change in the inertial frame. So here what happens is that Newton's laws are valid. Newton's or classical mechanics or classical mechanics laws are laws are valid over here, right? Okay. Okay, so that what it is. So you see, okay, so this is such, so for example, this is like, you can say that its position is not going to change. So such an inertial frame is that our earth, right? We can say that, for example, if you are throwing a stone, right? If you are throwing a stone, suppose you are throwing just, because we are considering one dimension motion, so we'll consider that the movement of the stone is vertically up. So what happens is that we consider the motion of earth to be an inertial frame. That is, earth is like, the motion of earth relative to the stone, and to us it is the same, right? Okay. Now, so this means that this inertial frame, it is, you can say, it is moving with uniform velocity. So we can consider this. So, or we can say the characteristic is going to be that it is moving with uniform velocity. Okay, and you can say uniform velocity with oscillation zero. Okay, so that what it is. Okay, now, okay, so this is the inertial frame. Now let's try to observe about what about, the relative position. You see that here the gap is how much? It is 5, right? Here the gap has become now 6, right? Here the gap has now become 7, right? So what I can say over here is that there is here relative motion is there. Relative motion with respect to each other is there. Each other body is there, right? Because the gap between them is changing, right? So this means that the two, you can say that, there is going to be, you can say, the change in the position with respect to each other. Okay, so here it is 5. Now here you see that initial gap was 5. Again here now how much gap has become? It has become 6. Okay, and this gap has become again 7. See, right? So here relative motion with respect to each other, body is there, and such a frame is called as non-inertial. Okay, and some modifications has to be done, has to be made, right? Okay, so here classical mechanics means that those formula S is equal to ut plus half at square, V is equal to u plus at, right? So there has to be some modification has to be made over there, right? Has to be made for our calculations. Okay, so that what it is. Okay, so let's, move ahead, and we'll, try to, you can say, put the relevant concepts, or, you can say that some examples with it. Okay, so let me save this, and this is question 1. Let me call this. Okay, so that has been same. Now let me clean this. Okay, now, to take an example. Okay, let me say that, for example, there is a, you can say, the van, right? So there is a van over here. Okay, so there is a van over here. Okay, and there is, you can say, some, wrongdoer is going on, and behind that there is a policeman, right? There is a policeman which is on the bike. Okay, so, okay, so suppose, this van is moving. Okay, so another example. Okay, and say this is a, case of, you can say, one dimension motion. Okay, so we have considered one dimension motion, then we are going to apply the concept in two dimension motions, right? Okay, so here is the policeman, okay, which is chasing this particular, you can say the wrongdoer, and say let there the gap between them is of s kilometer, or you can say s meter, or whatever it is, right? If we, so here s meter, let's call it, because we'll consider the velocities in meter per second, that is in the standard. Okay, now let's the speed of this is, you can say, v. Okay, and the speed of this is vc, right? Let's call this, and it is oscillating at ab, right? It need to oscillate, right? Otherwise the gap is going to remain the same, right? Okay, so otherwise the gap remains the same. Okay, and it if it is not, you can say, oscillating, right? Okay, so you see that vp and vc. Okay, and suppose this is the wrongdoer, it is having the maximum speed. Okay, and it cannot go further than that speed. Okay, so okay, so this is, you can say, maximum speed. Now that you see that here, the distance covered by the policeman, you can say s of policeman, this will be given by what? It will be given by vp into t, right, plus half ap t square, right? Okay, after suppose that some time that this policeman is able to catch up this speed, so it is going to be this, right? And you can say here the you can say distance covered by the culprit, it will be given by what? It is going to be, you can say, it is vc into t. Okay, so both the, you can say, both the parties, they have done the journey for time t. Okay, both parties have commenced journey 40 seconds, right? So all is a meter per second, let's what that is. Now you see that you can say the gap, right? What is happening around the gap, right? So you can say that the total distance which the policeman has covered, it is, you can say, sp. So this sp, it consists of, you can say, it is sc plus 10, which criminal has covered, and plus this s. So it is not 10, it is s, right? So we have not taken any value, so let's see this. So it is sc plus s, right? Okay, so that gap s, now if I want to find s, so this, what is this s gap? So that is nothing, it is going to be sp minus sc, right? Okay, so if I put over here this, then what I can say is, you can say s is, this is nothing but it is going to be vp minus vc into t, right? Okay, plus half ap t square, right? Okay, is that okay? Yes. So this is the,
Yes, sir.
okay. So this is the distance. So you see that here what has happened with the velocity. So this is the initial velocity, right? So what has happened with the initial velocity is that this initial velocity has now become relative. Okay. This is relative, and that relative distance, okay, has been covered with this relative velocity. Okay, and here also, if suppose this particular you can say criminal would have been you can say oscillating, right? There is some scope to oscillate. So here this is going to be a relative oscillation. This is a relative oscillation. Okay, so here we need to do some modification, right? So okay, so these modifications are needed, modified equation, right? Okay, so like that we are going to apply this particular concept, right? Okay, so here something interesting thing is there, that if suppose, say, velocity of, you can say, party 1 is in the same direction as velocity of, you can say, party 2. Okay, so you can say that the relative velocity here. Okay, so the relative velocity, what has to be there? You can say that velocity of party 1 with respect to 2. How to read it? v12, right? You can say velocity of 1 with respect to 2, right? That's how we are going to read it. So v12. So what has to be this? So then there has to be some inertial frame. Okay, so inertial frame is that here the inertial frame we are going to consider is earth, right? So there is some inertial frame that is earth, right? So this means that if this is the velocity of party 1, it is given. So this is, you can say, this is velocity 1 with respect to earth, that is ground, I will say. Okay, and this is the velocity of party 2 with respect to ground, right? Okay, it is this. So now the relative velocity between the two parties, it is v12, that is nothing but the velocity of party 1 with respect to ground, okay, plus velocity of ground with respect to party 2. Okay, so that what it is going to be. So this is nothing but, you see that v2g is nothing but, it is going to be in opposite, minus of, in terms of vector, it is going to be yg2. Yes, is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this means that here we are, here the ground is not stationary, there is something. Okay, so ground is also changing its position, right? So that is the modification what we are going to do over here. So you see that this will become v1g. Up now this is minus v of 2g, right? So this is v12. Okay, so that what it is. Let me. Okay, so okay. So this is the, you can say, one practical result what we get over here. Okay, to take one example, like suppose you are in a bus, right? So you are traveling in a bus. Okay, so you are in a bus. Okay. So this is your bus. Okay. And then there is a, you can say, a car over beside, right? There is a car beside, right? Now you see that if you are in a bus and this bus is moving with, you can say, some speed like 30 kilometer per hour, let's take it 30 kilometer per hour. Okay, and this is velocity of car which is moving at, you can say, 20 kilometer per hour, right? And the speeds are too small. Okay, so you can see that if you are watching, like suppose you are in a car and your friend is over here, then you will find, suppose the velocity of the car is, for a moment, let's take it 30. You see that none of you will be changing position with respect to each other. None of you will be changing your position with respect to each other, right? This you might have seen, right? If both of you are, like, both of you are supposed to cycling, right? If you are, both of you are cycling at the same speed, your position won't change, right? Okay, so here velocity of bus with respect to car, what it will be? It is going to be 30 minus 30, that is 0, right? So how it is? It is velocity of bus with respect to ground, okay, and then plus velocity of ground with respect to car. Okay, so here if I apply this, so this will become what? This will be velocity of bus with respect to ground minus velocity of car with respect to ground, right? So that will come out to be 0 here. Got it? Yes? Is this concept okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so let me also save this. We can say, let me call this Q2. Okay. Then let's move and let me clean this up. Okay. Now let's modify the same example what we have seen a little a bit, right? Okay. For example, that you are in a bus. Okay. You are in a bus. Okay. So you are in a bus and let your bus be this. Okay. Okay. And your friend now is traveling in the opposite direction. Okay. Your friend is, velocity of the car is in this direction and velocity of the bus. Okay. okay, is in this direction, right? So if the situation is this, okay, so here now what I am going to say is that I will say that this is velocity of bus with respect to ground, right? So there is some inertial frame, and that inertial frame is what? It is a ground or earth, you can say. And this is nothing but when it is written like this, it is velocity of car with respect to ground, right? Okay. Now you see that what is going to happen is that if you are able to, if you are over here and your friend is over here, you will see that both of you have crossed at, you can see the tremendous speed, right? So here you can say that v velocity of b with respect to car, right? So this is going to be what? This is velocity with b with respect to ground, okay? And then velocity of, you can say car, you can say ground, then it is ground with respect to car, right? That's what it is going to be. Yes. So here it is, since both of you are traveling in the opposite direction, so what is going to happen? I am going to modify this one, right? So this equation get modified with negative sign over here. Okay, because your vector velocity vectors are in opposite direction, right? Okay, so that what it is. Now you see here what is going to happen is that since we know that v ground with respect to car is in the opposite direction of car to ground, right? So if I put this modified equation over here, let's see what is going to happen. Velocity of bus with respect to car, this will become velocity of bus with respect to ground plus velocity of, you can say it will become car with respect to ground, right? That is the modification which happens over here. Yes, is this okay? Okay, so now
Yes, sir.
let's put me a value over here. Let's say that this is 30 kilometer per hour for simplicity. Okay, and this is also 30 kilometer per hour, right? So you see that your relative velocity, velocity of bus with respect to car, okay, bus with respect to car, this is going to be 30 plus 30, that is 60 kilometer per hour, right? So such a high velocity will be there. Yes, is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So this is like in one dimension motion, right? Okay. So let's do a small example over here. Okay, let me bring one small example, and that is question. And let's say that what are the questions say that you can say Sita. Okay, Sita is moving. Okay, due east, due east. Okay, with a velocity of, with a velocity of 1 meter per second. Right, कितनी स्पीड से वो जा रही है? And Geeta. Okay, then there is another lady, and Geeta is moving due west. Okay, due west. Okay, with velocity of, with a velocity of 2 meter per second. Okay, and what is the velocity of Sita? What is the velocity of Sita with respect to Geeta? Okay, alright. So if we have to answer this question, how we are going to do it? Let's see. Okay. Now see, so since these are velocity components, so there will be direction and magnitude associated with it, right? Okay. So since there is going to be direction and magnitude associated with it, so we can always resolve them into perpendicular components or whatever components, or in vector notation we can modify such, you can say such a problem, right? So we will modify this particular and try to apply vectors, because vectors what happens, it simplifies the things, or it is the, you can say it is synonymous, or you can say analogous with Cartesian coordinate system, right? Okay, so we will try to apply this. Now let's first mark our you can say directions. So let's call this as my north, like this is my north, this is my south, this is my west, and this is my east, right? Okay, so these are my directions. Now in this directions, what I'm going to see is that uh, let me use this color. Theta is moving due east, right? So let's say that theta is moving. This is for theta. It is moving due east. It is with 1 meter per second, right? So you can say this is I, this is j, right? Or you can call it x. So you can say the velocity of theta with respect to ground. What it is going to be in vector notation? It is going to be 1I, right? Plus 0j, right? Can I say this?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Now let me talk about Gita, right? So for Gita, let me use another one. And Gita is moving due west. So let Gita be over here, and it is moving due west at 2 meter per second, right? So this is, you can say, okay. So velocity of Gita with respect to ground, right? So g. So let me call this a small g, and this I will call as ground g, right? Okay, so what is this velocity? It is going to be what? It is going to be minus 2I, right? Plus 0j. Yes, it is going to be this.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, so these are going to be like in terms of vector here, the equation is going to be like this. Now, what is the question he is asking? He is asking what is the velocity of theta with respect to theta? Or you can say that he is trying to ask us the question relative velocity, right? So the relative velocity is velocity of theta with respect to theta he is asking, right? So this has to be what? So this has to be, you can say, velocity of theta with this is small v. Okay. So velocity of theta with respect to ground plus velocity of ground with respect to theta. Right? It has to be like this. Yes. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is important, right? How you breaking? How are you breaking into components? No, otherwise, this problems will create problems. Right? So it has to be like this. So you can say this has to be what? You can say V as G. It is what? It is 1I plus 0j, right? In terms of vector. Plus now this has to be what? Gj. So it has to be what? This will be, you can say, minus of. Okay, so I'm going to consider here minus of, or this you can say V S G S G minus of V G J G G, right? That what it is. So this will be minus of minus 2I plus 0j, right? Is this okay? So this will become what? Now I can, when I am adding two vectors, I can add their components, right? It will become 1 minus of minus 2. Okay, that is I plus 0j. This will be what? 3I plus 0j. Okay, so velocity of theta with respect to theta is 3 meter per second, right? Got it? So that is the answer. Okay, it is the same case as the car and the bus traveling in opposite direction, right? Okay. Yes, is this okay? Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so the same concept you can apply in the vector notation, right? So by okay, so this is more like, you can say, mathematical approach which you can apply. Okay, and this case is same as this case, right? Okay, so this is how you are going to break them in components, and then how you are going to apply the relative velocity concept over here. Yes, is this okay? Now let me save this. Okay, let me then clear this. Okay, and let me try to bring another question over here. This is the question. Okay, let's see this question. Car A, right? Car A has an oscillation of 2 meter per second square, right? That is oscillation due east. Okay, that's what is given to us. And car B. Okay, and then there is car B, 4 meter per second square, right? Due north. not. Okay. What is the acceleration of car B with respect to A, right? So that what is the question. Okay. So let's try to do this particular question. How we are going to do it? Okay. So what is given? Car A has. Okay. So again we'll try to approach a vector notation over here. Okay. So let's see. So car A. Okay, so car A has an acceleration of due east. Okay, so this is my north, this is my south, this is my east, and this is my west, right? Okay, car A has an acceleration of 2 meter per second due east. Okay, so let me use my different color for this, and let me say this is car A. It is having acceleration of A with respect to ground. So that is 2 meter per second square due east, right? Okay. So AG. How I am going to write? I am going to write it as 2I plus 0J, right? That what I can write about it. Now then there is another body which is you can say car B. Okay, due north. Now car B. Now car B is over here. Okay, for a moment, and it is also having, you can say, this is, you can say, oscillation of B with respect to ground, right? So that is how much? That is 4 meter per second, right? Okay. So how I am going to write oscillation of B with respect to ground? So what is this? This is 0I plus 4J, right? Okay. In terms of vector, I am going to write it like this. Yes or no? Yes. Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what is asking? Oscillation of B. So oscillation of B with respect to A is asking, right? So oscillation of B with respect to P with respect to A. So this is going to be what? This has to be oscillation of B with respect to ground, right? Plus oscillation of ground with respect to A, right? It has to be like this. Yes, it has to be like this. Is this okay or not? So this is
Yes, sir. Okay.
ABA. Now in terms of vector, right? So if I add these two vectors, you can say B, right? So it is going to be what? This is 0 plus 0I plus 4J, right? That's what it is. Plus, now this will be GA, right? So it is opposite of that. So I'm going to convert this with negative sign minus. This is, you can say, G with respect to it. So it will be 2I plus 0J, right? Yes, it is going to be like this. So you see that this particular component, it will become what? Minus 2I, okay? Minus 2I plus 4J, right? This will become this. Is that okay? Yes, is this okay or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you see that, then in that case, what I'm going to say, okay, so this is what is, so he's interested in the magnitude, and we can tell also the direction, right? So you can say magnitude of oscillation P with respect to A. So what is this magnitude is going to be? This is nothing but minus 2 square plus 4 square, right? Okay. So that's what it is. So this is equal to, you can say, 4 plus 16, right? So this will be what? Root of 20. So this is nothing but 2 root 5 meter per second square. Yes, is this okay?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So you see that, that is again, see, if there are you can also see that the two vectors are also perpendicular to each other, right? Okay. So you can say this is vector like this, and then there is a vector like this. Okay. So if it is, the vector is like this, the vector is over here. It is with respect to ground. So ground is common. So this is, you can say, this will be over here. So the direction of, you can say, that particular component is going to be, so this is ground with respect to A, that what we are considering, right? So this was in upward direction when B is with respect to ground, so the oscillation of ground will be opposite. Okay, so this is -4. Okay, and this is, you can say, or you can say the downward direction, and this is, you can say, 2I. Okay, let me not put as 4 here, because otherwise, okay, this is 2I and it is like this. So your oscillation will be in this direction, right? And you can check that this point is where, this point is in second quadrant. Okay, so this point is in the second quadrant, right? Okay, so and this is going to be that angle. So this angle is going to be, you can say, this is theta. Okay, I think somebody is getting a call. Okay, let's see. So this angle theta, or this is, you can say, tan of theta. So tan of theta is nothing but always ay by ax, right? We can calculate this angle. So this is what. So this is, you can say, 4 upon -2, or you can say -2. So theta is equal to tan of -2. So tan theta is negative in the second quadrant, right? And it is in the fourth quadrant. Here there is no case of fourth quadrant, so it is in the second quadrant, right? Okay. So you can say this. So what is this value? Yes, what has to be this value? Can anybody tell me? Okay, so let's see. Uh, this is going to be tan inverse of -2, right? So what is this value? This value is -63.43 degree. So this angle will be basically in terms of 63.43, or you can say this theta, it is going to be 180 minus 63.43, right? If you are considering the angle from that side, it is 180 minus 63.43, right? So this is 116 degree, 116.57 degree, right? So this angle is 116.57 degree. Okay, so like this we can find the direction, and like this we can find the magnitude of the relative velocity, right? Here he is just interested in the magnitude, right? Yes, is this okay?
Yes.
Okay, all right, okay. So let me save all this and question 4. Okay, let me clean this. Okay, then let's move. We'll try to do another question. Okay, and this is on the base of car A, okay, and car B. Right? There are two cars. Okay, start moving simultaneously. Okay, so they start moving at the same time in the same direction. In the same direction, right? So they are moving in the same direction. Right? Okay, that's what it says. Along the line joining them, right? So car A, okay, with constant oscillation. So car A is moving with constant oscillation of, let me not use this number, otherwise it is going to create confusion. So car A, okay, is with a constant oscillation of constant oscillation of 4 meter per second square. Okay, that what is given. Okay, while car B, okay, while car B moves with a constant velocity, right? It's moving with constant velocity. v, you can say of 1 meter per second, right? That is the constant velocity availability at time t is equal to 0. At this time, car A is 10 meter behind car B, right? So it is 10-meter car behind. Find the time when the car B, find the time, find the time when car A overtakes car B. Okay, that what it is. Okay, so this is the question, right? So let's see how we are going to do this. Car A and car B start moving simultaneously in the same direction, right? So let's consider our direction to be somewhere like this. Okay. So and let me enter my cars. Okay, so this is my car one and say, and there is another car which is over here. Okay, this is the situation. Now, so that what is the situation. Okay, now let's see what is given to us. What it is given that car A and car B start moving simultaneously in the same direction along the line joining them. Okay, so along the line joining them, car A with constant acceleration of, so you can say acceleration of car A, right, with respect to ground, right? Okay, so this is what it is constant. That is, it is 4 meter per second square. Yes. Okay. While car B moves with a constant velocity. Okay. So velocity of B. Okay. So this is A and this is B. Okay. With respect to ground, it is what? It is 1 meter per second, right? That what it is. At time t equal to 0, the gap between them is 10 meters. Right? So gap between them is 10 meters when time t is equal to 0. Right? That one is given to us. Okay. Find the time when the car overtakes car B. Okay. So that what is. Now, yes. So how we are going to do? Now you see that the distance covered by this particular body, you can say SA. Okay, or the displacement. Here it is going to be the displacement. So you can say the displacement A. It is going to be what? It is going to be, you can say here, for time t equal to 0, if I consider the two bodies, this body will be relatively, you can say, what has to be the velocity of this particular body? If this is moving with 1 meter per second, it is going to be, here we are going to consider the relative velocity, right? So it is going to, we have seen such that in the police and the thief case, no, or criminal case, this is relative velocity. So this is going to be, you can say 1 meter per second, and this is, we don't know, so it is going to be, you can say minus 1 meter per second. That is the relative velocity it will have. Time is t. Okay, that much it is, and then acceleration is there plus half. You can say acceleration with respect to ground. So that is going to be 4 into t square. Yes. So here the concept is that you have to consider the initial velocity of this particular body as a relative velocity. Okay, how is it so? You can say that the velocity, initial velocity of A. Now the system is with A with respect to B. Now you can say velocity of A with respect to B. It is going to be, you can say, let me call initial velocity. It is U A G, right? That what it is, and it is going to be minus U. It is BG. Okay, so that what is going to be. So you see that it is for this velocity of A with respect to B. Okay, so you can say A with respect to, this will be UAB plus UB. It will give AG. That is the result which it is going to give. Okay, So actually you can say velocity a with respect to ground it is this, and velocity of a with respect to b it will be this, and velocity of b with respect to this. These quantities are connected like this. Okay, so you see that this has to be a is to final and final has to be right. So this is the connection between them. So here what I am going to see is that this is, you can say, the velocity of a with respect to this is 1 meter, and this is, you can say, a with respect to b. So that time is 0, you can see. Okay, so that time is 0, you can say. So this velocity is going to be, you can, now this is moving this way, so this is going to be the opposite direction of that. Check this ag, velocity of ag minus gb it is going to be. So if I take this side, it will be, you can say, gb. Yeah. Okay. So this is, you can say, 0. So it, yeah. So this will be, you can say, minus 1 meter per second. It will be like this. So the relative velocity of, you can say, a with respect to ground is minus 1 meter per second, and that what it is. Okay. So this you can say the distance covered by a. It is going to be what? This distance is going to be minus t, and this is what? This is plus 2t square. Okay, so this is how this particular body will be covering its distance. Now if I consider for the second body, okay, because the time traveled for both the bodies is same. Okay, so for this body, what is going to be the distance covered by b body? It is nothing but it is moving with constant velocity. It is going to be, you can say, 1 into t. Okay, so there is no oscillation here, so it is 1 into t. Okay, so what I am going to say here it is, and then there is a gap of 10. So you can say that the body, you can say SB is nothing but SB minus SA. This is nothing but this is going to be 10. Okay, so this is the equation what we have. Now, if I go on applying this, what I am going to get, it is that T minus of minus T plus, you can say, 2t square, right? So this will be equal to, you can say, 10, right? So here I am going to get a quadratic equation, and this will be, you can say, t square plus t. This will be equal to 5, right? So what I am going to say is that this velocity is going to be, you can say, t square plus t minus 5 equal to 0. So if I try to solve this particular, you can say, so what has it is, so this time has to be, it is going to be minus 1 plus and minus of,
So it is minus t square there.
this is minus 5 I thought, right? Yeah, minus t square here. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be, you can say, minus 2t square plus 2t is equal to 10, or that I can say that as, it will become, I will make it minus t square plus t is equal to 5. Okay, or I can say t square minus t plus 5 equal to 0, right? That is the, you can say, equation. So time is going to be, you can say here, this time is going to be, you can say, 1 plus or minus, right? So what is that? Okay, so 1 plus and minus. Okay, so this is going to be square. So 1. This has to be positive. There is no mistake. SB minus SE. Okay, so this distance SB, this is going to be negative here, because SA is going to be more, right? Minus 10 it has to be. Minus 10 minus 5, so it will be, you can say, it will be minus 5 over here. Okay, so 1, okay, so that is plus minus difference. So 1, and then it is going to be plus 4 into 5, that is 20, divided by, this is 2. So this time is going to be what? 1. This negative time we cannot take it, so 21 by 2. Okay, so square root of 21 is going to be, okay, so square root of 21, it is going to be between 4 and 5. Okay, so let's see what is this value. So this value is, you can say, this is 21. So this is 4.58. Okay. So this will be 5.58 upon 2. So this is going to be 2 point, and this is 79. Okay. So this much seconds. So this is equal to this. So this is 1 plus by 2. So this is the time. So this time is about, you can say, 2.8 seconds. Right. So it will take 2.8 seconds for the two bodies to cross each other. Okay. So that's what it is. Okay. So it will take around 3 seconds. Okay. So we can say that around 3 seconds it will take. All the distances are in meters. Okay. So that much distance and that much time it is going to take to cross each other. Yes. Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alright, so let me save this. And okay, if suppose we are interested in finding out how much distance the two bodies has traveled, we will plug in the value of the time, and we can find the distances between, you can say, those two bodies, right? Okay, which they have covered. Now, let me call this as question number 4. Okay, let me clear this. Okay, now let's move. We'll try to do another question. And I have next question. Let's say this. Okay, here it says that an open lift. Okay, an open lift is moving, okay, upwards with velocity of 10 meter per second, right? It has an upward acceleration, right? Upward acceleration of 2 meter per second square, right? Okay. A ball is projected upwards with velocity 20 meter per second, right? Okay. Relative to the ground. Here it is given relative to ground. Okay. 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 Find. Okay. So then there are also things. Find first is that time. Okay. When ball again meets the lift. When the ball again meets the lift. Okay. B. Displacement of lift and ball during time in question A part, right? Okay, that's what. And C part is distance traveled by the ball up to instant, right? Distance traveled. So he's talking about distance. Distance traveled by the ball. Okay, up to that instant, right? That instant. Okay, take G is equal to 10 meter per second square. That is given to us. Okay, let's try to do this particular question. Okay, now let's see an open lift, right, is moving upwards. So there is an open lift. Okay, so let's see that there is a lift. So this lift is open. Okay, let's say that this is the lift. Okay, this is open lift and it is moving upwards. Okay, this is y and this is x. Okay, now an open lift is moving upwards with a velocity of, okay, so what is the velocity here? You can say this velocity 10 meters. Okay, so velocity with respect to of lift with respect to ground, right? So what it is? It is 10 meter per second. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, it has an upward oscillation of, it has got an upward oscillation of, you can say, lift with respect to ground, that is 2 meter per second square. Okay, that's what it is given. A ball is projected upwards. So okay, so there is a ball over here. Okay, so there is a ball which has been projected upwards. Okay, with velocity. The velocity of ball with respect to ground. So that is given as 20 meter per second, right? Yes. Okay. Find the time when the ball again meets the lift. Okay. So what is going to happen is that this particular ball, it is going to go like this and it is going to return back. And in the meantime, the lift would have reached at this particular place. Right? It is going to happen like this, or it is moving like this. Okay. Or you can say the other thing is possible is that this ball will be going like this. ओके दूसरी चीज क्या हो सकती है और ये यहाँ से यहाँ जब पहुंचे तो वहाँ पे लिफ्ट में पहुंचे ओके so these are the two cases which are going to be possible yes okay but both the bodies would have traveled for the same time right so that what we know okay now what is the you can say the distance covered by this particular body it is going to be okay okay so okay let's see that what is the maximum time which this body takes to reach its height if it is moving with this you can say velocity now here g is acting downward right that is 10 meter per second square now here you see that this is oscillation with respect to ground so here we need not to consider g effect over here because here it is already incorporated otherwise the lift would not be have been moving upwards okay the oscillation of the lift would have been downwards right so since it is saying that the lift is moving upwards, okay, with velocity of 10 meter per second, the motion is up on upward side. So this is a oscillation with respect to ground, so it incorporates g value. Okay, so that's what it is. You can okay, okay. So VBC is this, and this is g. Now the equation of the motion of this particular, you can say ball, it is going to be given by what? So let's see. The distance covered or you can say he's asking about the time so time how I can say this is the velocity and for this is the distance and this is the velocity okay so what I'm going to say over here is that this I can say the distance covered by this is going to be 10 t the velocity is this plus half this is relative 2 into t square that is the distance it will cover okay now see this is y coordinate basically right this is y coordinate now what is the y coordinate you will get from the ball side if I have to see the y coordinate which I am going to get from the ball is it is you can say this y is going to be this is 20 time is same 20t minus half gt square right so 10 into t square right so this is the y coordinate from here yes yes or no the y coordinate will be this right yes is this okay yes what is happening
Yes, sir.
okay so y coordinate is same so this means that both the values has to be same so we can equate them so this will become 1 okay so this will become t square plus 10t right so that will be equal to here let's call this 5 it will be 20t minus 5t square. So this will become what? This will become 6t square, right? And that it will be, you can say minus 10t equal to 0. Okay. So you see that we'll get here the time t as 6t minus 10 equal to 0. So this gives us the first solution that time has to be either 0 or the time has to be 10 by 6 or you can say 5 by 3 seconds. Yes, is this okay? Yes. So what does it tells us? What is this piece of information tells us? It tells us that at time t equal to 0, both the bodies were at the same place and the next time when they are together is at you can say time t is equal to 5 by 3 seconds. Right? The bodies are going to be together. Yes? Yes, is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the time. Okay, when okay, so this is you can see time t is equal to 0 and time t is equal to 5 by 3. Okay, alright, so that what it is. Now displacement of lift and ball during the time in question A. Okay, so what is the displacement? Okay, so we have to find the displacement. Okay, so that displacement is nothing but the y coordinate. Okay, so what is the y coordinate for this? You can say the displacement of this is going to be, you can say this is 10 into 5 by 3, or this is, we can say 10 into 5 by 3 plus t square, that is 25 by 9. Okay, so I can multiply with 3, so this is 150, 175 by 9, right, meter, right. So that is the displacement. Okay, so B part, displacement of, you can say displacement of lift, it is given as 10 t plus t square, that is 175 by 9 meter, right. Okay, now let's try to find out the displacement of ball, right. What is the displacement of ball? It is going to be, you can say by this, 10 into 5 by 3 minus 5 into 5 square by 9, right. Okay, so into 3 into 3. Okay, so that is again going to be, you can say here, it is going to be, this is 125 and this is going to be 150. Okay, this uh, y coordinate is going to be, this has to be in upward. I think there is some sign problem over here. So this is going to be 150 and 125. Okay. Okay, this is okay. So how much is this? 150 upon 9 minus 125 by 9. Y coordinate has to come out the same. 20t. It is 20t. Why I have done this? This is 20t. Okay. So 20. This is 100. 300. It is, right. So this is 300. Okay. So you see that this is again going to be 175 by 9, right? Okay. Got it. Okay. So the displacement of lift and ball is same, right? We are getting the same coordinates, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so both the displacement are same. Now what is saying that distance traveled by the ball up to that instant, right? So here the two cases are possible, that the ball would have been returning and then it is meeting the lift, or it would have been that the lift would has more and then the ball would have met him, okay, at the same point, right? Okay, so for the two things, how to distinguish the two cases, let's try to find out for this ball to reach its maximum height. Now for the ball, okay, so let's try to calculate that particular value. Okay, so we'll see that time for the ball to reach max height. Okay, at max height we know that Vy component is 0. So you can say T is going to be what? It is going to be the velocity which is over here, that is 20 by g. It is going to take 2 seconds, right? So the ball is going to take 2 seconds and then it is going to return. Okay, now but this ball, you see that this time is 5 by 3 seconds. Yes. Okay, so what I can say over here, I can say that it is not this case, it is going to be this case, right? So time for ball and lift to meet is 5 by 3 seconds. Okay, so they are this is going to be that scenario, right? Okay, because you see that 5 by 3 is less than 2 seconds, right? It is less than 2 seconds. So this means that
Yes, sir.
before the ball, before the ball reaches maximum height, reaches max height. Okay, the two lift and ball meet, right? So in that case, what is going to be the answer here? The answer has to be, the answer for this has to be y coordinate itself. So distance is equal to displacement. Distance is equal to displacement. Okay, and that is nothing but it is 175 by 9 meter. Yes, is that okay? Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Otherwise, the see, if this would have been the case, then we have to calculate this displacement plus this displacement, right? And then we have to add it up. Okay, that how we would have done it, because in this case what happened, there is a relative velocity over here, right? Okay, so that what it is. So then again there is going to be relative velocity. The sign will change when it is when the two bodies are crossing each other or they are in the opposite direction to each other, right? Yes, is this okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we'll continue the class tomorrow. Okay. So okay, we'll do more problems tomorrow. Let me save this. This is question number
Okay, sir.
5. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's meet tomorrow. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you.